I'm so happy you could join me on your mat today. I just wanted to do a quick little practice. This is something to do right after work or just a way to release any energy that you might have. So I am sitting in easy pose. I'm also sitting on a little blanket to kind of bring my hips up, allowing me maybe to find more space in my body. And then gently bring your attention to your body, to your breath. Notice how you might be feeling today. Maybe notice if you're holding on to any tension in your body. And allow those spaces to relax. Allow them to move down towards the ground. Feeling your seat bones connect and ground into the mat. Your eyes can be open or closed here, depending on what is most comfortable to you in your practice. Bring your attention to your face. Notice if you are holding any tightness around your eyes. Allow your jaw to relax. And then we're going to settle in for some stillness, some quietness as we follow the rhythm of our breath. And if you notice that your mind may drift or thoughts may come in, notice them and then bring your attention back to your breath. Gently allow your eyes to flutter open if you had them closed. Bringing our hands onto our thighs, maybe pulling them back if they're resting on your knees. And just slowly begin to do some nice shoulder circles. Two more. Last one here. Release that back down. We're going to raise our right arm, bringing our palm so it's facing over, and then reaching over towards the left side, and then opening up. Let's do this a couple times. So feeling this in the upper back maybe, kind of reaching out, extending that reach, and then coming back towards the back wall. Last time here. Allow that hand to settle down. Inhale, reach up with that left hand. Palm is facing the right side of the room. And we're just going to reach over as though you're reaching towards the wall. And then exhale as your arm comes back towards the back of the room. Nice fluid movement. Last reach. And then release that hand down. We're just going to make fists with our hands and do some nice little wrist circles. Let's switch directions. Keeping our attention on our breath. And then let's just shake out those hands, shake out those fingers. And then we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to send palms out in front, and we're just going to curl our back, kind of finding cat-cow here. And then as we come into cat, we're going to rise up as we reach. And then finding this flow here. So coming in as we arch our back. And if there's any discomfort in your wrists, you can always release that interlacing of the fingers. Maybe you're holding on to your wrists as you're going through this motion, listening to your body and what works for you. Last one here. Exhale, release. Let's make our way into tabletop. Remove that blanket underneath if you had a little support there. Spreading fingers out wide, wrists below shoulders, knees below those hips. And we're going to shift our weight onto that right leg, sending that left leg back. So the top of that foot is touching our mat. And then you're welcome to stay here or reach up with that right arm, but still keeping that connection to the floor with your left foot. And then exhale, release. Taking a breath here. Extending that right leg out. Top of the foot stays connected to the mat. Pulling that belly button in, finding that stability, that support, and then extending, if you want to, that left arm. Exhale, release. Bringing our knees out wide, we're going to push back into child's pose, extending as our hands forward, reaching here, allowing our forearms to rest on the mat. Maybe our forehead finds a place on the mat. Notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw. Allow that to relax. Feel the rhythm and movement of your breath. And then sending that activation into those palms, coming back into your tabletop. And then we're going to find our first downward facing dog. Tucking those toes, coming up into downward dog. Might feel good to incorporate a little bit of movement here, bending one knee and then the other. Or maybe it feels good to find stillness. Let your shoulders sink away from your ears. And then slowly walk your feet towards your hands, finding forward fold. Knees are bent here. And then keeping your chin tucked into your chest, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Finding mountain pose here, opening up in the front of our body, swiveling our palms so they're facing forward. Allowing that natural curvature in our spine. On your next inhale, we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Bringing palms together, drawing a line down the center of our body, stopping at our heart. And then shifting that weight onto the right foot, we're going to step that left foot back, finding warrior one. So we want our toes pointed more towards the long side of our mat. And then keeping your hands here or allowing them to reach up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing your hands down. Hands are going to come back behind, lying on your low back. We're going to press into that front leg, Keeping a slight bend in that knee, pulling the belly button towards the back of your spine as we hinge forward. Stopping where you need to stop. And if it feels good to bring your hands down onto your thighs or onto your shins to find that support. And then activate that middle, activate that belly as you slowly reach and rise up into Warrior One. Palms come together. As you exhale and draw that line down, we're going to bring that left foot forward. Let's play with a little balance here. As we inhale and rise up and reach up with our hands, we're also going to come onto our toes. So play with this. So just try a couple rounds here as we come up, holding it, and then slowly coming down. Or maybe our hands come halfway. Let's do one more here. Shake it out. We're going to inhale, reach up. Palms come together, draw that center line down, stopping at our heart. Shifting our weight onto the left side, stepping that right foot back, Warrior One. Knowing that our hands can stay here or reaching up towards the ceiling. Holding here for a few breaths. And then as we exhale, bringing our hands to the back of our back. Lengthening that front leg. Slight bend, pulling that belly button in. Nice and flat back. Coming towards the mat, stopping where your stopping point is. And then if you need that hand to support you, finding your thigh or your shin. Taking a few rounds of breath. And then we're going to activate that middle again to help us come up, reaching and rising. Palms together, draw that down, stopping at the heart, right foot meets left. Inhale, coming up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Bending those knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands down. We're going to step back into a downward facing dog. Let's step our feet a little bit wider, so having our feet come to the edges of our mat. And we're going to do some little frog into down dog. So I'll demonstrate here. We're going to bend our knees, kind of coming down towards the mat, hovering a little bit. And then pressing back. So exhale as your legs come down towards the mat. Inhale as you press back. So finding your own pace here, your own flow. Gonna do two more. And then finding our spot in down dog. We're going to step our feet so they're hip-width distance apart. We're going to lift that right leg up, bringing it to come in the middle of our hands. Allow that left knee to come on down. Hands coming to our thighs, finding low lunge. Allow your upper body to relax and soften. And then press back into half splits. Plant that right leg down. We're going to step forward, forward fold. Keeping that chin tuck, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. feeling as we reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands down, finding that down dog. Stepping our feet out wider, as wide as our mat. Let's find that frog down dog flow. Moving at your own pace. So this means you could go a little bit faster if you're feeling a little bit more energetic today, or moving a little bit slower. One more here. Take a breath here. Walk our feet back so they're hip width distance apart. Inhale, lifting up that left leg, bringing that left leg in between the hands, allowing that right knee to come down, finding that low lunge. Pressing back, finding half splits. Inhale, coming up into forward fold. Allow your head and neck to hang heavy. And then we're going to bring our seat bones down, coming onto our seats, however you would like to get there. And we're going to bring our feet in together. Grabbing ankles or shins. Inhaling, lifting here. And then exhaling with a nice flat back, finding your edge. So stopping at that point where you feel that stretch, but we don't want to go into a painful sensation. Inhale, back up. We're going to take our left hand back behind and our right hand onto our shin for a nice little twist here. Exhale, release. Let's find that on the other side. Right hand comes behind, left hand grabs the front of the leg. Exhale, release. Let's bring our knees in together. I'm going to play with a little core work here. So bringing our hands back behind our thighs, lifting our feet off the ground, pulling in that middle, sinking shoulders down and back, keeping that chest nice and open. You can stay here, or if you want to have a little fun today or a little bit of a challenge, you can kick it by still trying to keep that stability and balance. Tune into your breath when your mind starts to become activated. Sink down into that breath. Release your feet down. Slowly lower down onto your back, bringing your knees into the body and rocking from side to side. We're going to open up the legs, holding onto the knees again. We're just going to rock. Notice if this rocking allows us to go a little bit farther on one side than when our knees were together. Slowly come back to center, plant those feet down onto the mat. Walk your feet out to the edges of your mat, bringing your knees in together like a support. And then we're going to place one hand on our chest, one hand on our belly. And we're just going to take a nice little rest here, but not a deep one because we still have a portion of our day left. But allow your upper body to sink into the mat, letting go in your shoulders. Letting your facial muscles soften. Allow your jaw to let go. Allow everything to sink towards the back of your mat. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. And when you feel ready, bringing your feet so they're hip width distance apart, rolling on to one side. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And then when you feel ready, slowly coming up into seated. Bringing your palms together, allowing them to rest at heart center. Thank yourself for showing up today, taking a little bit of time to break up your day with some gentle movement.